Okay, so cell junctions are the structures that will help the adjacent cells. It can be of same nature or different nature. It can be seen between epithelial cells, or it can be seen between an epithelial cell and the underlying connective tissue also. Okay, so it can be seen anywhere, wherever two cells are going to interact, you can see this junction. Okay, so these cell junctions have been identified in various tissues, and in our oral mucosa it has a very important role, where you have cell junctions between the epithelial cell, and you have a cell junction between the epithelial cell and the underlying basal lamina, and the loss of this connection can lead to inflammatory diseases like blisters, or can even happen in neoplasia also. Okay, so these junctional complexes have been discussed in the history. Okay, starting from 1963, where they identified junctional complex, then they identified gap junction, then they identified tight junction with the blood brain barrier. In 1977 they found out the cadherins. Okay, cadherins which are responsible for adhesion of a cell. Okay, then you also have tight junctions are also present. So why it's called adhesion? Adhesion is because it refers to stickiness. It's something like a glue that holds two cells together. It is responsible for evolution, it is responsible for embryonic development also. Okay, so what happens is, whenever you're going to see adhesion, the adhesion can be seen cell to cell, that is between two cells, or it can be seen between cell and extracellular matrix. That's what I told you. Between two epithelial cells, you can see desmosomes in right junction or a gap junction. Whereas an epithelial cell with the basal lamina, what you see is hemidesmosome.
Hemidesmosome.
Okay, so whenever you see this picture, so this stellate ones are your epithelial cells. So they can be connected by a tight junction or a gap junction, or they can be attached to the basal lamina by hemidesmosomes or focal adhesion complexes. And when we are going to see the protein, there's a protein called integrin, which holds the cells together or the cell with the basal lamina together. And you can see you have a desmosome, or you can also have an adhesion belt, which can hold two cells together. You also have selectins, which are again expressed on the cell surface, which will help in adhesion. Okay, so based on these, inflammation is also based on this adhesive function only. The rolling neutrophils will come, they get attached to the vessel wall, they activate adhesion, then they migrate between the luminal cells and go into the gun tissue space. Okay, so there you have transmembrane glycoproteins. You also have loose adhesion also whenever the cell is going to be normal or abnormal. So when you're going to see adhesion molecules, you always remember these five. They are cadherins, immunoglobulin superfamily, selectin, connexin, and integrin. Okay, always remember these five molecules. Whichever there is going to be adhesion, always remember these. You have cadherins, you have selectins, then you have
Connections.
connexins, you have integrins.
Integrins.
Okay, so what happens is, so whenever you're going to see cadherins, so this is just a summary. Cadherin alone can come as an essay question in your exam. Okay, so in cadherin has both classical and non-classical cadherins. Okay, so they are responsible for calcium dependent cell to cell adhesion. So what happens is, for cadherin to be active, you need calcium ions. So if the calcium ion is not present, usually this cadherin attachment will not happen. So you have E cadherin, you have N cadherin, you also have P cadherin. They are subtypes of classical cadherins. E, N, P. They require calcium ions to bind. So if calcium ions are not proper, the adhesion of these cadherins is not right. Okay, you also have non-classical cadherins which you see in desmosomes. You can also see T cadherins which can also have a role in cell attachment. The next type is, what you see is immunoglobulin super family. Okay, so it has immunoglobulins. Already you know various types of immunoglobulins, which you have IgA, IgD, IgE, IgG. Okay, so they have domains similar to immunoglobulins, but they are helpful in cell adhesion. That's why they contribute cell adhesion molecule family. You have NCAM, which you see in neuronal cells. You have LCAM, you have ICAM, you have NGCAM. Okay, so you have various types of adhesion molecules you see between different cells in the human body. So this is your immunoglobulin superfamily. The third group is selectins. Selectins, you mean they are selective. Okay, so they work with integrins and Ig superfamily. That means selectins are not monotonous in activity. They interact with the other cell adhesion molecules. They are responsible for inflammatory response, especially adhesion of leukocytes to the vessel wall. So selectins are expressed by your luminal wall and the neutrophil, which will help the attachment of the neutrophil to the endothelial cell. But after a point of time, when it's transmigrating, the connection of selectins will be lost. So the cell will go into the underlying connective tissue. So you have L-selectin, which is seen on WBC. P-selectin is seen on platelets and on endothelial cells that have been activated. So whenever there is inflammation, the endothelial cells get activated. So when the endothelial cells are activated, then the neutrophils get attached to the endothelial cells. Imagine if a normal cycle, if this movement is going to be restricted because of the selectin adhesion, the neutrophils will not be able to go around in circulation. Okay, so this is expressed only when your blood vessel is locally activated. Then you also have E-selectin, which is seen on endothelial cells. So selectins are ones which are expressed in your neutrophils or white blood cells. It can be expressed on platelets. It can be expressed on endothelial cells. So they are cooperating with integrins and immunoglobulin superfamily receptors, and they play a role in your inflammatory response. And they say in vertebrates, these selectins are seen only in the circulatory system. You don't see it anywhere else. Okay. So the fourth type is integrin. So we have seen what is cadherin, which needs calcium for binding. You have both classical and non-classical cadherins. Two, you have immunoglobulin superfamilies, which are different in each type of cell. Then three, you have selectins, which are expressed in WBC, platelet, and the endothelial cells. The fourth type is integrins. So integrins are two molecules. You have alpha and beta. There are 18 genes that encode for integrin. 18 alpha and 18 beta integrins are there. So they are responsible for cell adhesion to the extracellular matrix and the basement membrane. It also helps in cell migration through the extracellular matrix. Okay, so it is very important. Ones are your fibronectin, laminin, collagen. Okay, so they are seen in the connective tissue or in the basal lamina. So the integrins are the ones which interact with the proteins in the basal lamina. And what is this colored compound? It is your immunoglobulin superfamily. So this integrin can interact with the other families of cell adhesion receptors also. Okay, then you have the various types of cell junctions which have desmosomes, you have adherents, you have septate, you have tight junction, gap junction, and you also have tunneling nanotubes. So desmosomes are the ones which what you see between your epithelial cells. Okay, especially in the skin and oral mucosa, you can see between the cells you have desmosomes. Hemidesmosome is where the cell is attached to the extracellular matrix. It's called hemi because it shows only half of the desmosomal property. Adherens is another type of junction which you see in heart muscle, lining of body organs, digestive tract. And adherens, cadherin is one example what you see in adherent junction. Septate junction can also be seen only in lower animals. It is not usually seen in vertebrates. Okay, it is seen in invertebrate tissues. So tight junction acts as a seal usually in the epithelial linings, and it prevents the leakage of the content of whatever the epithelial lining is containing. It is also present in the blood-brain barrier, preventing the material to transfer from the circulation into the brain. You also have various subtypes of tight junctions where you have other proteins like occludin, you have claudin, you have junctional adhesion molecules, all are there which interact with your desmosomal proteins and help in junctions. You also have gap junctions which are open or kept closed because of these transmembrane proteins called connexins. Connexins is like a pipe. It's like a channel which can be opened and closed. So what happens is these connexons will permit the passage of ions or material across the line membrane. Okay, so this is a summary of what it is. Your cadherin can come separately, integrin can come separately, selectin can come separately as individual questions. Okay, so this is what you must know. It is just a basic overview of the cell adhesion molecules and the cell junctions. Okay, so this free session is finishing, so I will come back with re-login again for your
So please share
doubts.
this in the paper.
Sorry.
So please share this paper in the group.
No, it is from a website from Australia. That website is there on top, you can note that down.
Google, sir.
Yes, it is cell biology, I think most probably South Wales.